What next for Francis Ngannou? Does he go back to the PFL, to MMA, or does he stay within the realm of boxing? Let's get into it. Hello, welcome to On Me Head, son. I hope you're all well. If you like what I do here, don't forget to like and share the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notifications bell for all future videos. So, the fallout from the Tyson Fury versus Francis Ngannou fight over last weekend continues. Many people believing that Francis Ngannou won the fight, possibly lost the boxing match in terms of pointing, but won the fight. Certainly won the hearts and minds of boxing fans and MMA fans all over the world. But the question is, what does he do next? Now, there's been a mass clamour for Francis Ngannou's attention. Oh yes, we can fight Anthony Joshua. Yeah, we can fight Deontay Wilder. We can rematch against Tyson Fury. Hey, let's go for Usyk. Let's go for any top 10, top 15 boxer in the world, heavyweight boxer in the world. And yeah, he will beat them. He's a juggernaut. He's the man mountain. He's the man who cannot be beaten. There's a lot of hype over Francis Ngannou right now, and quite rightly so. Put on a great performance and really should have won. I think he should have got the decision, of course, but he over-delivered. He over-delivered as to what our expectations of him would be in a boxing match. He definitely stood tall, chin down, occupied the center of the ring, and took it to Tyson Fury. In fact, he gave as good as he got. Tyson Fury was on a real low ebb, and he should have done a lot better. Was this fight of any significance? Well, for me, it never was. It never was a significant fight because there was nothing on the line. There's no WBC heavyweight title on the line. There's no lineage title on the line. There's no MMA heavyweight title on the line. There was just some Saudi spurious commemorative WBC bout that was up for grabs, but that's it. So there was nothing significant about this fight. It was a competitive, and probably a lot more competitive fight than anybody had ever imagined, but it was a competitive exhibition fight. And yes, a little bit too competitive, especially for Tyson Fury. But what does this mean now for Francis Ngannou? Is he going to have the pull to be able to sell big fights against Anthony Joshua, against Deontay Wilder? And I said in a previous video that he's got to be careful who he fights next, because if he doesn't come out with another great performance, and if he doesn't knock out his opposition, if he doesn't beat his opposition, then pretty much it's game over. So he's got to go for the big names. And if any of those big names school him in the art of boxing and do not make the mistakes that Tyson Fury was making with him, then all of a sudden he's got a problem on his hands. His value dramatically diminishes. Now, I just watched a fantastic argument, let's say, online argument between Chael Sonnen and Ariel Helwani on Ariel Helwani's show. And I got to side with Chael Sonnen in the way he was framing what the fight was. Really competitive, great fight, great spectacle, and all that kind of stuff. But it didn't sell in pay-per-view figures. I don't know what those are, but apparently he's alleging that it didn't really sell because there was nothing on the line. It wasn't a competitive fight. And I would agree with that. I wasn't willing to pay for the fight, but I kind of did just to, hey, you know what, see what happens here. Everybody's going on about the production. Oh, the Saudis did so well. The only people who are really going on about the production are the people who got a vested interest to want to go there again. Eddie Hearn's come out saying, oh, what a fantastic production it was. Yes, because he wants to be invited by the Saudis to go and put on a fight there, and then also be paid huge amounts of money. Lots of the media people, lots of the YouTube channels, lots of the radio, TV, yeah, they're all going to say how great it was because they want to be part of it again. But what Chael Sonnen was saying, and I kind of agree with, that this was a one-off exhibition fight that's not really going to draw huge numbers worldwide, but it's been bankrolled by the Saudis. So it's a false representation of what the fight was and how much value was in the fight. But what he was also saying is that a boxing promoter, one of the major ones, is going to want to sign a fighter for a 3-fight deal to have a return on their investment and to try and make the most amount of money. Now, I completely understand why the likes of Eddie Hearn is trying to strike where the iron's hot and get AJ in with Ngannou, or maybe create a bit of hype around AJ so he becomes more of an in-demand fighter so they can get the Wilder fight on, or even challenge Tyson Fury or go back in the ring with Usyk. There's lots of politics at play here. But if we take Chael Sonnen's point about Francis Ngannou, and does he have the capital now to warrant a 3-fight deal? I don't think he does. I still think he's unproven. He's unproven in a competitive boxing match that has something on the line. Tyson Fury was treating this as an exhibition fight, and he made a mistake. He made a huge mistake because he wasn't in the right headspace to make sure that this was a competitive fight. Whereas Francis Ngannou went in there with nothing to lose. Now, if you put him in another boxing match now, a high-level boxing match, Francis Ngannou has something to lose. Because now we're talking about boxing rankings, because now we're talking about Francis Ngannou challenging for a world title fight. Can he have a couple of tune-up fights? Can he win those against high-level opposition? And can he go against the likes of Usyk or Tyson Fury, or whether it's going to be either one of those who are undisputed, and see if he really is this great boxing phenomenon? I don't believe he is. I've looked at this fight about 3 or 4 times now, and I look at the way he was fighting, the way Tyson Fury was fighting, and I just think, and I feel, and I kind of agree with Eddie Hearn's analysis. And if you put Francis Ngannou with any of the top level fighters or any world championship fighters, he was actually going as far as saying if you put him in with any British level fighter, English level fighter, I think he said British level fighter, he's going to get found out. I kind of believe that. I honestly believe if you put him in a fight with a strict heavyweight fighter that is at national level, but certainly at world level, certainly a top 10, top 15 in the world, they're going to find him out. So all the hype that will be surrounding Francis Ngannou would suddenly fade away. They will suddenly realise that, right, Ngannou had a great night, Fury had a terrible night, styles make fights, and it was just a bad matchup, bad preparation. Let's say in the rematch, let's see what happens. Now, where I do think that Francis Ngannou does have a lot of value is taking a fight against a high-level heavyweight. And this is basically a 2-fight deal here. He takes 1 fight against Deontay Wilder, Anthony Joshua, any in the top 5, well, let's say I'll be charitable, any of the top 10 in any of the boxing organizations. He takes a fight there. Maybe he could even take a second fight to make this Chael Sonnen 3-fight deal, right? But then ultimately, he's got to fight Tyson Fury again. Whether Tyson Fury comes out on top against Usyk or not, that's the fight that ultimately people want to see. They want to see whether the first time it was a fluke or whether the second time with a properly prepared, properly motivated, properly planned Tyson Fury, whether it will be the same outcome, whether it'll even be close, and whether Tyson Fury will win convincingly. Because if it's even close, if they put it on as a 12-round fight, if it's, let's say, a 7-5, for me, Ngannou wins that fight. Ngannou wins the hearts and minds of people again. This has got to be a 10-2 fight, a 9-3 fight, something like that. Or, ultimately, Tyson Fury has got to knock him out in the 5th or 6th round. At the very latest. At the very latest. Ultimately, he should work him out in the 1st or 2nd round. He knows what he's like now, and he should knock him out in the 2nd or 3rd round. If what I'm saying that Francis Ngannou's performance was above expectation. So I completely agree with Chael Sonnen here, is that I don't think that any boxing promoter is going to want to heavily invest in Francis Ngannou for a 3-fight deal unless they can see that there's going to be a huge return, and ultimately the ultimate prize is the rematch with Tyson Fury. But in between, he's got to have high-level fights. Now, whether that's going to come off, whether they can do that, whether Francis Ngannou is going to even want to risk that himself, because now he's got the kudos. He's got the kudos. Say, look, I took it to the boxing heavyweight champion and I effectively won. All the MMA world are saying, yeah, he won. Let's just see how Francis Ngannou does against another heavyweight boxer. Let's see how he does against another style. Let's see how he does against another heavy hitter who really connects with Deontay Wilder or Anthony Joshua, for example. And let's see how he can do if he's really tested properly in a boxing match. Over to you. Let us know your thoughts. But if you want to watch that Chael Sonnen Ariel Helwani argument online, go watch it on Ariel Helwani's MMA channel on YouTube as well. And I'll catch you again on another video coming very soon. But if you like what I do here, don't forget to like and share the video. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the notifications bell. I'll catch you again on another video coming very soon. Probably a lot sooner than you think. Ta-ra now.